Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Indian Vedic House. Today we are going to talk about the experience of Sadhe Sati of Oleti, who did not want to come on video, so she has emailed me her Sadhe Sati experience. She is Aquarius moon sign, so right now she's in the last phase of her Sadhe Sati. She's a Leo ascendant, and Mars is placed in her first house, and her ascendant Lord Sun is placed in the ninth house in Sagittarius sign. And Saturn is placed along with Ketu in the eighth house in Pisces sign. And as we know, Saturn and Rahu conjunction or Saturn and Ketu conjunction also forms a dosha called as Shraapit Dosha. And this conjunction is happening in the eighth house, which is the house of surgeries, accidents, sudden changes. So when I'll be reading the email sent by Oleti, you will be able to connect the dots and you will know why I mentioned about it right now. So let's move on and see what Oleti has to share. I want to share my experience with everyone. If anyone gets help from my experience, I'll be happy and contented. I'm a hardworking student with clear ambition and goals. I have been always dedicated to my work since my graduation. I didn't believe in astrology kind of stuff right from the beginning, as things were going on very well until 2019. So, this is the time when Sadhe Sati began for Aquarius moon sign people. I am a doctor by profession. I am pursuing my graduation degree in 2019. So, first phase of Sadhe Sati. In 2019 December, I started having anxiety issues and intestinal issues suddenly, and I had to visit a doctor for the problem. Doctor diagnosed me with irritable bowel syndrome and gastritis. I simply started taking my medicine for the problem and found no relief. Despite this, I continued my course and somehow managed my education simultaneously. I started having eyesight issues and dental issues and visited the doctor for them also. My father is also an Aquarius zodiac and he met with an accident in 2020. I had to travel frequently to home and to my work simultaneously as I'm a doctor by profession. He underwent two major orthopedic surgeries. It was a nightmare for all of us, as this is the first time we witnessed an accident and that kind of experience in our family. Somehow, by God's grace, my father recovered from the tragic incident. My health issues started to get worse, and because of my health issues, I was not able to perform well and used to face humiliations in my college. I completed my course in 2021 and started working in a hospital as junior doctor. COVID pandemic hit and all my family members contacted COVID, one after the other, and I had to leave my job. I started to prepare for my higher studies, but nothing was going on well because of my health issues. I constantly used to fail in all the competitive exams. I didn't lose my courage and I started to prepare, keeping extra efforts. But still, I was not able to succeed in my exams and stayed at home without job. Second phase. I had a long time relationship with one guy since 2016. He left me for no mistake of mine and he got engaged to other girl in 2023. I was disappointed and tried to ask him the reason for this breakup. He started bringing up some caste issues out of nowhere and started to humiliate my external appearance and my complexion. I felt so underconfident and I wanted to end my life. But I remember my family, my parents, all the people who love me and quit the idea and faced the situation. Thereafter, my health was not supporting to concentrate on my studies and I had to take a break. Meanwhile, my parents started to find a suitable groom for me to get married, but nothing worked out. Third phase. In year 2025, my mother started having health issues and she was in bed for 2 months. I started giving support and did all household chores and had to look after her simultaneously. Any single movement would trigger her pain, so it was complete bed rest for her. Slowly, she started to recover. I recently found out that I pushed myself in wrong preparation strategies, which will not work in the competitive exam. I came to know my mistakes now, and I am preparing in the easier and effective way. And I'm concentrating on my studies again. My one severe mistake, which I regret, and I don't know whether I should admit my mistake on this platform or not. But I have done a blunder in my childhood at the age of 8 years. Actually, it is 11 years. Later, she wrote me another email when I asked her about what year it was, which is causing me this gastric, intestinal, IBS, overheat issues. My father always insisted on scoring good marks since childhood and used to pressurize more. I used to score good in all subjects except one subject, due to which I used to get scoldings from my father. One bad advice my friend gave me is to fake stomach pain when exam is approaching, and I did it. The result is I got admitted to hospital and the doctor treating me had completed his post-graduation degree by then, and he performed an appendectomy in spite of my normal reports. I admitted my mistake and told that I was not having pain after a few hours, but despite this, doctor performed the surgery. And maybe it is having an impact on my health now as I'm having constipation and diarrhea issues every now and then. I cry every now and then whenever I remember this mistake. I don't know whether to blame myself or doctor, or my parents or my friend. My learnings, mistakes of not only previous life, but the present karma also come into action. Never lie. Be as kind as possible to everyone you come across. Admit your mistakes if you committed any. Donate as much as possible. My sincere advice to parents, please never ever inculcate fear of not scoring good marks to your children who are of very young age. I think, irrespective of the experience of Oleti, that's something that all parents should probably be more cognizant about. Now, why I had mentioned about the Shraapit Dosha in her eighth house in the beginning is because she went through, unfortunately, she went through a treatment, a surgery that was not required at all, perhaps, as per what she has written. And that conjunction is happening in the eighth house, which is the house of surgery. And Oleti was born in the Mahadasha of Guru, which ended in January 2010. And since then, she is undergoing the Mahadasha of Saturn. So her Sadhe Sati and her Saturn Mahadasha both have been going on parallelly. Also, the surgery that happened in the end of her Jupiter Mahadasha, which is the end of 2009, when she was going through Jupiter Mahadasha and Rahu Antardasha. And since her Ketu is in the eighth house, her Rahu is in the second house, its seventh aspect on the eighth house was also there. So that could be one possibility that we can think of because of the surgery, because of which she went through that surgery. Now, coming back to her Sadhe Sati, even though she has written a very small email, but if we look at the experiences, father going through accident, mother being on bed rest, her own health issues, her education being suffered, and being humiliated in the college. So a lot of things, a lot of emotional stress, pressure, lack of confidence she must have experienced. So I just hope that once her Sadhe Sati is over in next 2+ years, she feels better. And I also hope that her third phase of Sadhe Sati turns out to be a little better as it proceeds further. With that, if you have any experience that you would like to share with us, please drop me an email at indianvedichouse@gmail.com. And if you liked this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.